Okay guys, here's the 92 GMC Typhoon. I really don't want to sell it, but I've had it a few years and I guess regrettably it's going to go to a new home. I'm getting up there in age and I really don't want to sell it, but it is what it is. I got to get some retirement money together. So, had my fun, got some other toys that I need to work on a little bit and get them done. I don't have so much invested as I do this. 92. It's always been a Western vehicle. Came out of South Dakota originally, I believe. Then it went to Wyoming. It sat for quite a while when I got it. Then I had it repainted, put a new fuel tank in it, a new fuel pump, of course, sender, and it's basically the way it is today. I did have, sorry for the dust, there is dust on this thing, let it clean up and look better once it's cleaned up. I did have the roof rack taken off when I had it repainted. I really didn't like that look, so I had that taken off. The cladding is all good. I did replace the left front cladding. It was missing. Part of it was on, part of it was off. It must have got bumped or something. Now, due to the wildlife that I have in my shed, I've got some spots from bird crap on the hood. I did never try to buff it out or anything. You're seeing the reflection back. It's got one little pop, what do you want to call it? It's kind of like popped up right here, probably where there was some filler or whatever. There's a few spots from that bird crap that might buff out, it might not. I never tried it, so I don't know. As long as I have it running and turn the lights on so I can see it down, but I knew it had 100 and something, but I couldn't remember. Got 103,000 on it. Got a battery shut off there. The only reason I did that, it's good and bad. You can disconnect that, and that way your pump for your rear shocks don't sit there and run all winter. Or you can take the fuse out or whatever, or if you're at a car show and got the doors open, or you want to hook up that with the disconnector, that light for the hood, you can disconnect that or whatever you want to do. Now, there's two things I know needs to be done to it that I know of. One is the air conditioning compressor needs to be replaced. I have a brand new one for it. That happened last summer. It worked all along until last summer. And I turned it on, and all of a sudden smoke started coming out underneath the hood when I was washing it. And the clutch must have fried, the clutch coil must have fried the air conditioning compressor. So I do have one. I'll show you that in a second. Actually, there's three things. That's pretty minor, stuff that we're dealing with. The other thing is, the ABS light never came on until I washed down the engine one day, and now the ABS light's on. I don't know why, speed sensor or what. Brakes work fine, but the ABS light is on. The ABS does not work then. Trying to think what else. Oh, it's going into overboost at most all the time. I keep my foot out of it. It did not do it since right when I bought it. After about, I don't know how many years I had it on the road, whatever season that was, I noticed that it was overboosting and it was spark knocking. Got the foot off the fuel and I kept it out of the fuel. So I think it might be the wastegate is hanging up on that, possibly. I replaced the actuator, which is right here. I can't see, it's right there. I replaced that, and that didn't help. It could be not opening or vacuum line or something like that. It's not putting the vacuum or the pressure down to that properly. I don't know. But I'm zone is just the way it is. So we know for sure ABS lights on. Air conditioning compressor is going to need to be replaced if you want AC. And it does go into overboost. I've never abused it and never did that until after I owned it. So after I owned it is when that happened. So, and I know better to keep it into the boost. So it sits there and runs fine. See if I can show you. Everything else works on it that I know of. You know, and the paint wasn't a $10,000 paint job. It was buffed out, clear coated, and so forth. This is the one that came from California. The cladding, this left front. But the doors ain't rusted. There's no rust underneath to say so, hardly at all. I mean, very little. We don't get much rust here. And my favorite song's on. Okay. Turn that down. Like I said, the anti-lock brake light's on, 103,000 miles. All the gauges work, tack, so forth. The boost gauge does work. If you can see that or not. It does work. Headliner's good, seats are good, power seat works, lumbar works, I believe. Transmission shifts fine. To me it's pretty hard, but maybe it was, or maybe somebody years ago put a shift kit in it. I don't know. I think the cruise control did work. But I don't know if it's going to work with anti-lock brake light on or not. I can't remember, but pretty much everything else works. Right now the power windows ain't working, but I think I may have pulled a fuse for that. And I bet I did. Thinking it was one for the rear shocks, air shocks. That motor does work. I did put new air shocks underneath it. They're not factory, but they're like Gabriel's that will work with that system. So this does all open up and everything. I got a bunch of stuff from the last car show that I was at, seats and a pop-up in there. So tags are good until January 23. They were good. It is fully insured right now, but that is going to be ending soon too. So tires I replaced when I first put it on the road, and I bet you they got the Kumo 245/50 R16 97V, the speed rated tires. They probably got maybe, I don't know, 1,000, 2,000 miles at the most, if that, since I redid it. It does have a Dynaflow muffler tailpipe system on it. That was on it when I got it. Boy guys, we're located in western Nebraska. Clean title, not a salvage title. It's ready to go for cash. Price is non-negotiable. At this point, if I don't sell it in 3, 4, 5, 6 months this summer, then maybe I'll come down some. But you know, these are going to be doing nothing but appreciate. I'm going to kick myself in the ass for probably selling it down the road, but I need some retirement money invested now so I can get retired. A couple cracks in the dash, which they've been there since I've owned it. It's just that hard plastic. Not really a big deal, but anyhow guys, any questions, send me an email. Thank you.